Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
I ignored it.
Hello. Thank you. Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all welcome to the EVES auction room here in Rotorua. We've got two spectacular properties for you today, so let's get on with it. Unlike the time on the clock up there, it says 10 to 10. We're actually past our 10 o'clock start time. So my name's Grant Child. I'll be offering you the first property this morning and going through all our preamble, and then I'll hand over to Gerald Vandermeer, who will offer you the second property. We've also got Robin Cotter. She's based in Tauranga. She's controlling the slideshow, and of course our auctions go out over the World Wide Web via the live stream. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome into our EVES Rotorua auction room. Auctions buyers and sellers, the selling through the auction process is no different to any other transaction. We do have documentation, so let's quickly cover that off. Firstly, you bid and buy on the basis we've provided you with the buyers and sellers guide. Those have been supplied and circulated throughout the marketing period as well. The most important one to you, of course, is the contract of sale. It's been circulated in draft form, about to come up on the screen about now. There we go. Look at that, timing is everything, isn't it? Buyers bidding at the auction today, you're bidding on the basis that you are deemed to have read, understood and accept that contract, so I'm not going to go through it in its entirety. I do refer back to the front page though, which outlines the conduct of auction set out in this portion on the front page. That's what you see superimposed in blue on the screen. Again, by way of any bidding, I'm going to assume you've read, understood and accept that conduct of auction. I remind you of, firstly, your obligations, should you be the successful purchaser, immediately on completion of the auction signified by the contract meeting my palm or the fall of Gerald's hammer. Your obligations are, of course, to sign the contract, pay your deposit. We only ask for 10% of the purchase price today. The balance is then payable on settlement date. The only other thing that I just want to remind you about, folks, is vendor bidding. As the auctioneers, we are authorised to submit bids on behalf of our sellers. We are the only ones authorised to submit those bids. We will disclose any vendor bids to you, and it is simply providing you a roadmap to the negotiation table. Should you wish to purchase the property, we will be below the seller's reserve price when we use vendor bids. It's simply a technique to get you onto that negotiating platform below that seller's reserve. So if we're holding a bid at any level, then the vendors are simply through us saying thanks but no thanks. If you want to purchase our property, you will need to be on the northern side of that figure. So happy to answer any questions at this juncture before we press on and we offer you the first property of the morning, which is a great one indeed. No questions. That tells me that our wonderful EVES team here, they've dotted the I's, crossed the T's, done a wonderful job as they always do, and made sure that you're fully furnished with all the information that you require. So let's go to the first property as you see it there on the screen, 29 Lake Okataina Road. Obviously a round of applause goes to Gary Singh and Brodie Fowler. Now these two guys, they just don't sell homes, they create and curate lifestyle opportunities, and that's definitely what they've done for you here. If Gary and Brodie were a lake, they'll be crystal clear of all the big catches that you get as well. So looking at the legal aspects of this particular property, folks, 29 Lake Okataina Road, that's the street address. It is more commonly known in the South Auckland Registry Office under record of title number SA 11C folio 316 as a freehold estate. 1,012 square metres of land, more or less, is what comes with the property. 10 working days, boys. It's still our settlement date. No changes there. No changes. Any amendments to the chattels list at all? So that covers off all the legal aspects. I told you these guys do a great job as well. So why rent a batch when you can own the whole damn holiday at Lake Okataina? What a fantastic offering for you. You've got the lake views, you've got the native trees. If you're really into trout fishing, well, it doesn't come much better than the paradise is just a short paddle away from your new home at 29 Lake Okataina Road. You've got room for everyone, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's the in-laws. Well, you can choose on that one, but I can tell you now, folks, this property here is a little bit like a crayfish pot. When your friends get in it, they're not going to want to get out. So it's one of those great opportunities. You've got the rumpus room. If you want to rumpus, you want to relax, or you want to reel in that trophy trout, then this place really does offer it all for you here at Lake Okataina. Okay, folks, the lake is now calling, so is calling for your next big adventure. Where do we say go, buyers? I can tell you now, if you don't buy the property here in the next few moments, you could be in competition, because I know Brodie has been talking to some conditional buyers, just registered their interest late in the piece. Still got a little bit of due diligence to do. We call them conditional buyers. Cash buyers, you get the first opportunity. Where do we say go? First call, second, last opportunity, in or out for cash. Okay, I'm simply going to close the auction, boys. Hand it back to you. Good luck, Brodie, with that conditional buyer. No pressure, but I expect a text message by the end of the weekend telling me you've had offers on this property and we've got it under contract. Now handing over to Gerald for our second property.
Thank you, Grant. Wonderful. So our second offering, professionally marketed by Ron and Kyle. A wonderful home it is. We're operating under the same terms and conditions as outlined by Grant earlier in the proceedings. So the property legally described as 144B Ranulph Street here in Glenholme, Rotorua. It is an estate and fee simple cross lease as to an undivided 1/2 share of 1,011 square metres more or less, together with all improvements thereon as inspected by yourselves over the preceding weeks. It is further described and recorded in record of title SA 24A folio 1111. The chattels are outlined in Schedule 1 of the auction documents, and settlement date is set down for the 6th day of December 2024, so you can unwrap this before Christmas and enjoy living in this substantial home. It has been lovingly and beautifully renovated, high-end kitchen. The radiators throughout the home have been upgraded. The home is beautifully presented, covering 220 square metres, more or less. Walk to town, great neighbourhood, 3 spacious bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and that beautiful plunge pool, which is thermally heated. The home is also thermally heated, and the heating, hot water, thermally heated as well. Great neighbours, I have to say that because Ron's mum's living right next door. As I say, stunning, nothing to do but purchase here today, move in, relax and enjoy all the hard work that the vendors have completed here for your enjoyment. So with that, folks, I'm in your hands now. I'm looking for an opening bid or offer to start me away. Opening bid in the room anywhere, folks. I do have instructions on behalf of our vendors to open at 800,000 and seek rises from there. So at 800,000 with the vendor bid, folks, I'm moving in tens. First call then at 800,000, looking for those cash buyers in the room here today. Seeking rises of 10. Second call at 800,000, seeking rises of 10. Third and final, all done, all finished, all silent. It's as we thought, Ron, we're going to move into the third phase where you can engage those conditional buyers that are hoping today that it did pass in. So at 800,000, passing in on a vendor bid, fully available. Back to you, Ron, to work on the third phase of the auction campaign. On behalf of our vendors here today, thank you for attending their auctions. If you have any questions about the process or the properties today, please speak to the agents clearly identified with their EVES badges. Have a fabulous day, folks. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you, Grant.
You're welcome.